All right, welcome back, everyone. Welcome back, everyone. I am David Austin, and welcome back to the Morning Drive with David Austin, heard exclusively on the station where diversity finds its voice. You're listening to the one and only KJOZradio.com. All right, happy third Wednesday. Ooh, I'm rushing it. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get out of here. Happy Wednesday to you, everybody. It is Hump Day. That's right. So we're ready to get moving. Welcome back to the program. Welcome back again to Miss Tanisha Stanley, Miss God Sexy herself. How you doing this morning? I am wonderful. And I still have with me Mr. Lord Andrew. How we doing, Lord Andrew?
I'm good.
All right. So you know what we've been talking about all day? We've been talking about who gets custody of the church, but there's no time for that right now. We got other things to do. We have other business. We'll get back to that, ladies and gentlemen. We know we haven't had our fill of it just yet. We're going to get back to who gets custody of the church. But there are other things that we have to do. I have other things that I have to take care of. And you know what that is. You know what that music is?
Oh, yeah.
That's right. That is my boy D-Train, my favorite song of all time. Something's on your mind, and there's something on somebody's mind out there. That's right. And so it is time for the David Austin I'm Glad You Asked relationship question of the day. Woo! And there's only one way to get into that. I have to have the lovely Miss Tara A. get with me this morning. Miss Tara A., are you with me?
I am. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, boy, I tell you, that's more of a welcome than she deserves usually, but, that ain't so bad. That ain't so bad. Welcome back, Miss Tara A. I like the way you were asleep at the wheel yesterday. For those of you who couldn't tell, Miss Tara A wasn't with us yesterday. She had other commitments, so she was fortunate enough to be able to record, the I'm Glad You Asked question and give it to us. So thank you so much for making that happen. And some of us say it just wasn't the same without you being a part of the program on yesterday, and I happen to agree with them. I'll let you figure out what I think about that on your own. But we're going to get into it this morning. So, Miss Tara A, are you ready with the David Austin I'm Glad You Asked relationship question of the day?
I am.
All right, Miss Tara A. Now we are ready. Let's get it going. Good morning, Al. Good morning, Marina. Good morning to you, Juicy. Oh, I like that right there. Okay, Miss Tara A. Let's get into the David Austin I'm Glad You Asked relationship question of the day. Take it away, Miss Tara A.
Okay, this morning's question says, I overheard my husband tell his friends that when we have sex, he fantasizes about other women. I'm hurt, and that makes me not want to be with him. I talked to him about it, and he got defensive and said, I was being ridiculous and too sensitive. This doesn't change how I feel, and I'm not sure how to move forward. It has completely turned me off. David, what should I do, or what could I do?
Ooh. Okay, so for those of you who may not have heard that, good morning, Mahogany. Oh, Big Al. Okay. Big Al says, welcome back, Tara. Okay. All right, so this is what the person said. This lady is saying that my husband told me that when we have sex, he fantasizes about other women.
Oh, wow.
And so now she's saying that turns me off. She said that she talked to him about it. He says that she's making too big of a deal about it. Shouldn't worry about it as much as she does. But she says I'm turned off and I don't know what to do. What should I do? Good morning, Paige, OG. Okay. All right, Lord Andrew.
Oh, wow.
Wait, you know what? Hold that thought, Lord Andrew. Hold that thought. I don't know, because I don't know what you're gonna think. So I need to prep my listeners. And let me just say this: that the views and opinions expressed by Lord Andrew do not reflect those of your host or this show or this station, any parent companies or subsidiaries. I have to get that out of the way. I have to make sure I get the disclaimer in because I do not want to be directly associated with whatever it is Lord Andrew is going to say. So hold that thought, Lord Andrew. Tanisha, I'm going to go straight to you, and I'm going to go straight to you because this is a lady that wrote in the question, and she's saying that her husband says that he fantasizes about other women when they're having sex. Tanisha, and okay, have you ever had a man admit something like that to you?
No, I haven't had one that mentioned that to me.
Okay, all right.
It's a possibility.
We know it's a possibility. Okay, so if a man did tell you that, if you were having a conversation about it, and a man said that, would that be a problem for you?
It depends on if that's my husband or not.
Well, it's the husband. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, well, the husband, I would basically be okay with the fact that he was honest enough to tell me what's going on in his head.
Right.
It can very well be the lady that he's thinking about is someone of the sector what they're able to see online or something.
Right.
Not one in particular, but just certain things he may desire.
Okay.
I would think that would be an opening conversation to talk about other things that we'd like to incorporate in our relationship or as entertainment of ourselves.
All right.
So I may not have had a problem with my husband thinking because that's your thought. She's not there taking care of the business.
Right. So you're saying it's more of a it should be a gateway, an opening to actually figure out ways, find out if there's something that may be lacking in the situation. We're going to take this as an opportunity to learn how to better please one another, and then we can go forward. That's what you're saying. But you're also saying, for those of you who weren't listening, now that sounds really nice and open, doesn't it? That sounds very progressive. And doesn't Tanisha just sound like the kind of woman that you want? Well, let me tell you something else that you wasn't paying attention to, that you heard in what she just said. Well, she also said, if that's somebody that you know, or somebody that it better not be. It better be some random broad off a video or some stuff like that. It better not be the chick at Walmart, that we saw the other day. It better not be that. Now, am I wrong, Tanisha?
Well, random chick,
you know what I'm saying. She said you can fantasize all you want as long as it's all fantasy. You can fantasize. It better be Jessica Rabbit. It better be something like that. It better not be no real person that you can get your hands on, buddy. It better be something like that. It better be some chick off some video that we saw. It better not be, it could be Beyonce. Well, maybe not Beyonce because we live in Houston, and that might be a little too close for comfort. If David Austin was fantasizing about Beyonce, because I might run into her, at the spindle top, and you wouldn't like that. So my point is, good morning, Marina. Marina says expressing how you feel is a good start. Her husband is not being the bigger person and understanding how his wife feels about the situation. Hey, I can't argue with that. If the woman is telling you that it hurt my feelings, how do we move forward from this? And he's saying you're making too big a deal out of it. Mahogany says just tell him that she fantasizes about other men.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that's the solution, to go tit for tat. So let's just see. This is why.
Tell the truth.
Lord Andrew, this is why one of us got to leave the church. See that right there. That's it right there.
Just tell the truth.
That's it right there. Juicy says it's time to take control of his mind and role play. Now, see, I like where Juicy's going with this. I like that. Just don't expect me to dress up. You're not tying me up. I don't want to see no handcuffs, none of that nonsense. David Austin ain't into that. I like control. So I ain't feeling that. I ain't liking that right there. So we ain't into that. I don't like role play. I already don't like company at my house. I don't want to walk in and think somebody new is in there. I don't like it. I don't need role play.
Just a little entertainment.
Let me tell you something. If you want to role play, how about...
Role play could actually help the situation.
Hey, look here, Lord Andrew. If you want to role play, dress up and look like you used to when I met you.
Wow.
Yeah, let's try that.
Wow.
Yeah, we want to look different tonight. How about you look like you did 20 years ago when we got together?
Does it go for both?
Sure, I don't mind. Juicy says he could be Nurse Jackie and give him some sexual healing. Woo, because when I get that feeling, Marvin Gaye style is what I'm saying. Al says Jessica Rabbit leaves Houston. That's what I'm saying. Oh, he says she lives in Houston. Al says that we got a Jessica Rabbit around here somewhere, so we might need to find her. Okay, Lord Andrew, we heard what Tanisha already said. Mm-hmm. She lied to us already. She said that, we can just have a conversation about it. Well, yeah, whatever. But she also said, no, it better not be a real woman. So, Lord Andrew, okay, you strike me as a man who spends a lot of time in a fantasy world. So, so tell me.
Oh, wow.
What do you do? Have you ever been in a situation where, okay, let me ask you this, Lord Andrew. Do you fantasize about other people when you with a partner? That sounds like a yes, Lord Andrew. So, is the right answer. Okay, he says it has happened. So this is what we're talking about. So maybe it's not so crazy. So the question is, what do they do to move forward, Lord Andrew? Because the woman is saying that this has turned me off. The fact that this man is saying that you think about other women when we are together intimately is now a turnoff, and now she doesn't find this man as attractive as she did before. This man may have done irreparable damage to their relationship.
I think that they would have to talk about that, and he would have to work to try to fix that in some kind of way.
What kind of way? That's why the woman is asking us, Lord Andrew. What kind of way?
Definitely, there has been some absenteeism. There has been some things that's not too, happening in the room.
So you saying that the man isn't satisfied is what you're saying?
He's not totally satisfied in the bedroom.
Well,
okay, but
if you're fantasizing about other people, you can't be totally 100% satisfied.
Right.
Okay, but what if he's not fantasizing about different acts or different things? What if it's just, he's putting another face, a different face to the situation right now? Maybe, who knows? I'm just saying, I don't know if it's as bad as what we're thinking about right now. I don't know. So, Lord Andrew, so have you ever had to have this conversation with anybody?
No.
No. Good morning, Lakira. Mahogany says it is not tit for tat. More people do that than they admit. She just happened to overhear him. Ooh, ooh. You know, Mahogany says that with that answer, the situation could escalate into a bigger argument. It could, but here's the question.
Right.
You know, what do you do? Because, you know, he said, you know, the toothpaste is out of the tube, the horse is out the barn, all the other things that you can say when it comes to this situation. My question is, what do you do? Your man told you that he fantasizes about other women when we're having sex, and now it has turned this woman off. What do you do? How do you flip that switch back on? Can you flip that switch back on?
Yes, you have to confront that situation with her. He has to be more honest in the thoughts that he's having.
More honest.
Woman.
What?
You haven't been having nothing really going on in the bedroom.
Ooh.
And what we do,
Ooh.
this is what it is. It's
Ooh.
the same basic situation. I want to do
Right.
something differently. I want to add a little spice to whatever. And hey, I've already seen this other person probably visibly in action on one of these
Right.
little,
Okay,
little
okay.
online views or
Right.
something. And when he wanted to incorporate that probably with her and too
Right.
afraid to say so. She might be very spiritual and feel as though that is not godly-like. In her own bedroom. And
Right.
there's a lot of people think like that.
Oh, well, that might be the
Not
next,
one.
that might be next week's topic when you come back, you know.
Yeah.
But okay, so here's the thing. So if we're saying this, Al says, Al says they need to get with Parrish. All right, we're gonna find out. We're gonna ask her what she thinks after the next break. We're gonna find out. Good morning, Daphne. But see, here's the question. Okay, we want to know whether or not we can move beyond this. And that is the thing, because she didn't catch the man cheating. You know, she didn't say that he's not a good guy or whatever. He just said, he admitted that he fantasizes about other women sometimes when they're being together. And I don't know if that really means that he's not being satisfied. You know, it may not be necessarily that thing. It may not be that he wants her to do something different. It may not necessarily be that they're not having sex as often as he would like, or often enough for him to be, satisfied with what he's getting. It may not be that. You know, it just may have been that, just a moment of just whatever. I don't know. I can't say.
Fantasy, yeah.
But again, if fantasy is that type of thing. Marina says when it comes to making love, there should be no one else to fantasize other than the one he's pleasing. Role play with the one you're with and to have your mind on a significant other. I can't necessarily argue with that. I'm not saying that the man isn't wrong. I'm just saying, is it as detrimental as we're saying? Obviously, the woman feels, strongly about this, and that's tough because you have really hurt this woman. I mean, you made her feel inadequate. That type of thing. And that's a tough thing right there. She's taking, her self-esteem has taken a major blow.
Oh, wow.
And so, what are we talking about here? Daphne says, I was told by an older gentleman years ago, enjoy the thrill because when the thrill is gone, it's hard to get it back. Oh!
Whoa.
Daphne, stop letting them old schools ruin you.
When the thrill is gone.
But she didn't say the thrill was gone before this. She's saying that what he said to her, knocked the thrill off, is what she's saying. He didn't say that it was over. This woman isn't saying that I was already thinking about leaving this man. She's saying because she found out that this man is saying that he fantasizes about other women sometimes when they are together, that has hurt her. And I can only imagine. What if this woman already feels like, I put on a few pounds since we've been married, or just whatever the case may be.
Right.
So she's already a little self-conscious. You're already a little worried about that. You don't feel as sexy as you used to. And that time that you spend together intimately may be some of those times where you really feel sexy, where you feel your sexiest, when this man is still showing you and displaying to you that he still desires you in the way that he used to, and then you want to blast her between the eyes with this bullet that you've had in the chamber for God knows how long, and tell her that you're thinking about other women.
I mean, at what point do he reveal that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But that's the thing, is what I'm saying. Daphne says it's hurtful. She says, I've never experienced it, but it would be very hurtful. And that is what I'm talking about. Mahogany says, very, very true, Marina, and I agree. But unfortunately, that does happen more often than not. If people took a survey, you'd find out that this kind of thing, fantasizing about other people, happens a lot, is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Good morning, Tammy. And we're talking about what would you do if your significant other, your husband, admitted to you that he fantasizes about other women in your relationship, because we have a lady that says that, and she says she's hurt. Sounds like she's hurt all the way to the core and doesn't know if she can come back from this. She's saying she doesn't find the man attractive anymore right now.
Well, she have a legitimate reason to feel that way.
Daphne said he was dead wrong. She says, but it doesn't matter how the thrill leaves. Once it's gone, it's gone. Al says that class is not in session. Help her out, put on a porno, and just get the on-the-job training going.
Hey, they're going to have to come together some kind of way.
I don't know.
But she's already gone, saying that she's no longer interested because she's turned off. Was she really turned on before?
See, and that's a big question. Daphne says that he should keep it in the fantasy land. Shouldn't talk about it. Mahogany says, I agree, but individuals like that makes the relationship to be under scrutiny. You know? I'm just saying. So what do we do? What do we do is what we're talking about. Miss Tara A., has a man ever expressed to you that he fantasizes about other women when you're together?
No.
Well, hold on. So my point is okay, now I can understand why this would be a problem though. So Miss Tara A., if a man told you this, you know, how would you, it's never, I'm sure nobody's ever told you this, but how would you handle that? Like, what would that mean to you if a man told you that?
I would absolutely be hurt, but I think the only way that you can get beyond that is he's got to be willing to talk about it. I mean, she's got to get to the bottom of, well, why? Why do you fantasize? And in order for her to understand, I mean, she might understand it, she might not. But she's got to get to the bottom of why. What is the point? Maybe that's just the way he is. You know?
I agree.
It could be, but here's the thing. Okay, and I appreciate you, Miss Tara A., for your comments. Thank you for giving us the David Austin. I'm glad you asked relationship question of the day. We're going to continue the program, of course, on 1500 AM and KJOZradio.com. Of course, if you have any other comments that you guys want to chime in, 281-447-1114. That is the number here in the KJOZ Radio Studios. Lakira say you need communication. And I can't disagree with that. But here's the thing. Let me give you the answer. Let me give you the real answer, because I know that's what you people have been waiting on. Let me give you the real answer. Good morning to you, Tyler, by the way, who says that she got off early today, so she's in on the ride with me this morning. Good morning to you. Here's the answer, ladies and gentlemen. This is the one that you need. She says that, you know, I'm hurt and I don't know if I can get beyond this. Well, you know what? You don't have to get beyond it. I say leave him. That is what I'm saying. I'm saying leave him. That is exactly the answer. I'm going to tell you why I say leave him. I'm not saying that you should leave him because he fantasizes about other women. You know why you shouldn't do that? You shouldn't do that because if you talk to any psychiatrist or psychologist, it is a normal thing. It is a standard thing. It is something that people do routinely. It is not something to break up over. What you need to break up with him for, because he was dumb enough to tell you that he's thinking about other women when y'all having sex. This man lost his mind. This man is not smart enough to be in a relationship. He should be somewhere by himself. And he should be sitting around watching pornos alone. If you are dumb enough, you're lucky. First of all, it sounds like you're lucky enough. You're lucky to even have a woman that's giving herself to you on a daily basis or a weekly basis or a monthly basis or whatever it is. Because anybody who is dumb enough to tell a woman that when we are together intimately, my mind is on other things, son, you are just a moron. And there's nothing I can do for you. Why would we want to save? Why would you want me to help you save a relationship with a jackass? He don't know what he's doing. The man is insane. So don't even worry about it. Leave this dummy and find somebody who is at least smart enough to know that he shouldn't say something like this. They're smart enough to know that something like this would be hurtful. Smart enough to know that something like this could be a big part of damaging the psyche of an individual, giving you something that you have to make it through. This is a stupid problem that you shouldn't have. And if you were with a smarter man, if he was any smarter, he'd be smart enough not to do that.
Well, she overheard him. He didn't just point blank tell her. She overheard him.
It doesn't matter. You should be smart enough not to do it at all. Let me tell you something. You may have the kind of woman that doesn't go through your telephone, but just because some woman sends you a naked picture doesn't mean that you should keep it because your woman don't go through your phone, look at it, and delete it. What are you saving it for? You know what you're saving it for? You're saving it for a problem. Why are you having this conversation in your home? Okay, so your wife wasn't at home when you started this conversation, but apparently you weren't even smart enough to look around and see if she's in there while you bragging about thinking about some other women. You are an idiot, sir, and that's the problem. My mother used to say you should do the right thing. You know why, David? Because you're too dumb to do wrong right, is what she used to say. That's right. This man is too dumb to do wrong right.
Wow.
You not missing out on nothing. Cut that dummy loose. Get rid of him. Daphne said retarded, you know what. That's right. He is. He is. Lakira said that's why it's important to keep the fire going in the bedroom, do different things, but my husband bet not tell me no crap like that. That's what I'm talking about. This man is too dumb to know that what he's doing is bringing a rope to his own hanging. And now this is too bad. Now this woman is looking at him in a different way than she ever has before. And when is there ever going to be a day, no matter what happens in their relationship in the future, if they stay together, when is there going to be a day where they are together and she wonders what he's thinking when they're being intimate? She's wondering what he's thinking thinking when he puts his hand on her. She's wondering what he's thinking when he starts trying to undress her. It is going to be a part of their lives for the rest of their life. Leave that dummy because he don't know no better. That's the answer right
It's
there.
going to be a stain of a thought to her.
There you go.
Right.
She's not going to forget that. Unless they were used to role playing and doing those things prior to dating and all that, that would be different. But to surprise her with the thoughts of another individual,
There you go.
maybe sexual and things of that nature.
Right.
Yeah, that would be hurtful.
It would be hurtful, so I'm sorry. That's too bad. Angela says, get out of your feelings and stop acting like you've never looked at Denzel or Morris Chestnut and smile at the possibilities. Find out what the fantasy was about, and maybe it would be something that you might like. I like the progressive thoughts there of Angela, but she also sounds like a woman you need to keep your eyes on. She says, don't knock it until you try. You might be able to incorporate a fantasy of your own. Well, I tell you what, first of all, I don't know if I want a woman who's fantasizing about Denzel's old butt right now. I mean, if you fantasize about the Denzel from Ricochet back in the day or something like that, but not the Denzel from Equalizer, that's too much. That fantasy's almost in black and white.
Wow.
All right, thank you. Hey, Miss Tara A, thank you so much for bringing me to David Austin. I'm glad you asked relationship question of the day.
Y'all be good.
Hey, wait a minute, Miss Tara A. Who gets custody of the church?
Yeah.
Whoever wants it more, apparently.
Oh, wow. That's a good one, Tim.
And how do we determine
And-
that? Cage match in the parking lot? That don't even make sense.
Well, no. Well, I actually have gone through that, and I'll tell you why I say that. Is because my ex apparently wanted it more because I left him because he was unfaithful. Well, he started telling everybody in the church that I cheated, and he brought his new woman, so he can have it.
Oh, to the church.
Ooh.
That's a bit,
Mhm.
yeah.
And see, that's what I've been telling y'all. Tara A has a sordid past. She's just unraveling right here in front of her. Right here in front of her.
I'm just saying, whoever wants it more, apparently.
Well, so if you're saying if you wanted enough in order to play dirty, then you get to keep it. Is that what you're saying?
I guess so, but I'm not that woman, so he can have it.
So you change your location?
Yeah.
Ah.
Absolutely, Terry.
Boo, there. She gave up too soon. That's what I'm saying. See, that's not you gave up too soon. You gonna let dirty poo get you out the way. Because I'm saying, because you have to want. See, that's what I'm saying. See, that's what I'm saying. Me and my God, we got something going. We wouldn't have gave up that easy. We just stuck it out. But look, we got to take a break, everybody. I am David Austin. This is The Morning Drive. Thank you so much, Miss Tara A, for bringing me to David Austin. I'm glad you asked relationship question of the day.
Thank you, Tara.
All righty.
All right, we're going to have to take a quick break. We're going to come back. We're still going to have Miss Paris going to chime in with us. We're going to do that. Make sure you guys stick around. Find us. Go to, you can go to the Google Play Store and download the app. 281-447-1114. That is the number. Good morning to you, Chunji. I got to get with you later. Oh, Daphne say it's dirty and low down. It certainly is. But everybody stick around. We're going to continue with the program on 1500 AM as well as KJOZradio.com. Everybody be good. My Facebook family.